In this video, we're going to take a look at how to upgrade your assessment to a newer version of the standards manual within the Power DMS assessment tool. If you need any assistance with this, please never hesitate to reach out to Power DMS support through their email or their phone number. Also, you can reach out to your regional program manager for some assistance, and especially with those questions about when should I upgrade, should I wait, things like that. I'm going to navigate away from this PowerPoint and go to my CLIA sandbox site. And we're going to use a communications assessment to practice and demonstrate on how to upgrade your assessment to a newer version. But before we do that, we frequently reference referring to the CALIA Guide to Successful Accreditation Management on resources on the process and things like that, especially on when to update your assessment. So if you go to the CGSAM or CALIA Guide to Successful Accreditation Management under Standards Development here in Chapter 2, it specifically reads when you should upgrade your assessment, and that's really on the s- predicated on when the standard becomes effective. So here's the rule: unless otherwise indicated, standards become effective upon the date of enactment, and agencies must be in compliance within 1 year. Clients are notified of when the updated version of the standards manual is available. We do that typically through email. Regional program managers will also let you know, but also a really great indicator of if you're not on the most current version of a manual is if you navigate to your assessment, and if in the blue up in the excuse me, in the upper right hand corner, if there's a blue button that reads new version available, then you're not on that most current version. I would encourage you to do a side-by-side comparison, or you can go through the steps that I'm going to show you right now, and that's also going to prompt us to do a side-by-side comparison. So I can see what version I'm on, 2.32. If I'm unsure what the versions are, if I navigate to the standards manuals in my blue table of contents, and then I'm going to click on the three dots in the revisions tab, I can see that there is a more current version, which is 2.33. The standards manuals are going to default to the version that your assessment is generated off of. So if I want to take a look at 2.33, I need to specifically toggle to that. And there's another video that was created on searching and comparing standards. So you may want to refer to that. When I'm ready, based off of that rule, I'm going to click New Version Available. If I'm more than one version behind, for instance, if it read current down here and it read upgrade, 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 I don't have to do one at a time. I can just, if I want to go to the most current version, I just click on the word upgrade, let that populate. It gives me a little summary of all of the changes between 232 and 233. But what you may want to do if you've not already done it, if you've not already done it from the standards manual, doing the side-by-side comparison, go ahead and click it right here and click View Side-by-Side Comparison. Again, using the legend, the table of contents that's described in the previous video, you can see exactly what's changed. When I'm already done, when I'm all done, just click Finish Compare. Takes me right back to where I was at. But this list sometimes can be a little bit longer. It's a great place just to get a total summary of all of the standards that are affected by this change. I'm not saying each of the updates to the standard is a lot. Sometimes it's minimal, but you may want to just jot those down or screenshot it, and you can save that and reference back to which standards you may want to take a look at, because maybe that requires a change in your policy, your written directives, your practice. I'm going to click Next. There is this column over here. It's not selected to remove all proofs. I've never seen a situation where you actually would want to remove your proofs, but if for some reason you select that, it would not remove all of the proofs to all of the standards. It would only remove the proofs to those standards that have a change. But what we want to pay attention to probably is this create review tasks. If you're working as the accreditation manager, you may just want to select create review tasks for yourself. If you've got team members or other folks working with you, or you can leave it all selected. That's up to you. I'm going to deselect it and just select it back for the role that I know that I'm working in. Then I'm going to select next. It gives me a summary again. Um, it's going to create tasks if I'm assigned to those roles. For instance, to the accreditation manager, two standards changed. I'm going to click finish and upgrade. It says, are you sure? Because this cannot be done. One last time. Once I click that, I am now on version 2.32 to 2.33. I cannot go back down. I can always go up if and when there's another version, but I cannot go down. So that's saved. I'm going to view assessment. And one of the things that it does is you can notice over here, we didn't take a look at it specifically, but for any standards that were affected by that upgrade, what Power DMS and one of the ways that it generates that task is it removes the status. So if I had a status set for any of those standards, it's removed the status and now it reads that there's two of them not set. And what that does is that's a good way to force it back to your inbox. Power DMS is a status driven application. It wants a status set for all of the standards. That's the desire. And so if there's not a status set, it will generate a task and send it to your inbox. If I'm ever unsure which of those standards are, then for any specific role, I can say, hey, just show me all of the standards that are not set. And these are the two standards that had that potentially had that change to it. So you can take a look at that. Once there's changes, though, I'm going to go to this one, 2.1.5 written directive system. I'm not assigned to this assessment currently, so it looks a little bit different over here, and I don't have any attachments. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. But 2.1.5 was one of those standards that had a change. I can certainly navigate to my standards manual again, do that side by side comparison. But if I'm right here in my assessment and I want to see what that change is, I and again, I have to realize that it's there. If I just happen to notice, hey, something seems a little bit different, I can click on this history tab, select the most two recent versions. It's not going to have all of the versions here, but just only when there's an edit, and then compare selected versions there, and I can see a side-by-side comparison right here, right in my assessment. When I'm all done, I finish compare. I can go back to the summary tab, and that brings that standard in. So quick and easy. Again, we recommend updating your assessment as soon as the changes come out for the purposes of knowing when they're effective. I'm going to navigate to the communications manual, manage manual, revisions. We use the date that it's published in Power DMS, not necessarily the date at the conference, but this is going to be published. Any updates are going to be published within Power DMS, usually within 2 weeks following the conference, just so you're aware of that. Keep an eye on that for that blue button in the upper right-hand corner that might read new version available, and refer to the CALIA Guide to Successful Accreditation Management, and also reach out to your regional program manager for any question if you're unsure if you should upgrade. Thank you.